What a lot of young people who have never lived in a country where a dictator is in power don't understand is that a dictator is for life. I was born and raised in Belize, and although we've never had a dictator in power, we had one prime minister that lasted 33 years. When he first got in office, he was called a premier, and somewhere along the line, he became a prime minister. I think it's after we became independent from England in 1981. So this guy wasn't evil. I wouldn't say he was evil. He doesn't belong to my political party, so of course I didn't like him, and I don't like when people say, he's the father of our nation. I'm like, oh, shut up. You know, the man that I'm talking about went to school with my grandfather, my mom's mom, and his sister is my mom's godmother. All right, because Belize is that small. So like I said, I wouldn't say he was an evil person, but I don't care how good a person you are, you shouldn't be in power for 33 years. I feel like your views and your ideas get stale. And I just found out recently that he was the main reason why we never had TV. At some point we were able to get TV in Belize and he said no. Why was he doing that? Because he wanted to keep us dumb and not enlightened to what's going on in the other parts of the world. I remember as a kid going to school in Belize, we learned English history, not American history. And I vaguely remember that President Ford was in power at one point and President Carter, I don't remember which one came first. And I remember hearing those names, but didn't know who those people were. And then when I came to America, Jada likes to say that because of this Indian movie that she watched, Reagan was in power. So I see a lot of young people on YouTube and they're really going on the most about, oh my God, Trump, oh this, oh that. Trump has already told you what he wants to do, and he already showed you in 4 years when he was in power what he can do. And if you think he can't do worse than the 4 years, then you go F around and find out. Because when people show me who they are, I believe them. He already said, I want to be a dictator on day one. And when it comes to dictators, when they finally pass away, their family takes over. So don't think you're ever going to be done with him. His 2 sons, his daughter, the next outside daughter, Tiffany, the next son, Baron, his wife, all them people could take over. And they will, I promise you. You see Fidel Castro in Cuba, right? When he finally was unalive, his little shot brother took. Is Fidel really gone? You know, I don't like to go down the conspiracy theory rabbit hole, but they didn't show us his body. They just said the brother took over now. When he's gone, who's going to take over? These Cuban people are never going to be out from under a dictatorship. And some of the people, when they come from Cuba, not all, they want to bring those beliefs and thoughts over here. So that's why in Florida you get a lot of those type of people like, oh, Mr. Trump, DeSantis, this one, that one. And we bring our conservative views. Well, go back to your own country with your conservative views. We don't need it here. That's what I yell in here all the time in my kitchen. By the way, sorry, I'm cutting up some fruits to make a black fruit cake. They're already cut, but some of them are too big like this. I don't want this big piece of fruit in my black fruit cake because it's going to make a big gaping hole. But I was cutting while I was talking with you guys earlier when I started to record. And I realized I don't like taking eye contact off of you. So yeah, I really get annoyed with the young folks that are like, oh yes, we can't stand Biden because this, because that, Palestine this, Palestine that. Look, let me tell you something. I don't like what the Israelis are doing to the Palestinians. I hate it. But there's only so much Biden can do. His hands are tied because Israel belongs to the UN, right? And there's a pact that you have to protect each other. So he's like, I'm trying to get aid to these people because, my God, Netanyahu, stop it. Biden's trying to tell him to stop it. There's a red line. You can't go. And he goes, I got my red line. This is Netanyahu. My red line is October, is it 6th or the 7th? I think it's the 6th. October 6th is never going to happen again. Then people came, Hamas did this, not the Palestinians, which some of the Palestinians voted in Hamas because they were tired of being treated like crap and had no food to eat, had nothing. You know what they said today that broke my heart? That those Palestinians are not even going to celebrate Ramadan, which is their holy season, because that involves fasting, and fasting is a way of life for them now. You know, I always tell Joe, those people, those Palestinian people are like male hyenas. Male hyenas get treated so horribly from the pact. The young ones, when they become teenagers, they push them out into the world without any kind of training. They get attacked by everybody, and most of them don't make it to adulthood. And that's like these people over there, right? Netanyahu is like Trump. People don't understand this. He is doing this war and making it worse because he wants to stay in power. And his own people don't like him. It's like us over here in America. More than 80% of us in America don't like Trump. There's only, if it wasn't for the Electoral College, Trump could have never cheated to get into power in 2016. And Bush could have never cheated to get into power back when he cheated Al Gore. There I said it. There I said it, right? Nobody wants to remember. And if Bush didn't take over, we would have never had 9/11. I really believe that. We would have had that war where we lost all these good men, or they lost their limbs or whatever. I don't like Bush either. Anyway, let me cut some of my stuff. So these young folks are messing around because they don't understand what kind of Pandora box they're opening up to go and some of these people, they don't vote anyways. Some of these young folks talking this stuff, but they're swaying a certain swath of audience to go vote for this fool. Remember I told you the Prime Minister lasted 33 years in Belize? I wouldn't even want Obama to last 33 years in power. And I liked Obama, right? I loved Obama. But it's too long. You can't be ruling for so long. You know what I mean? Your ideas they get jaded at some point when you have all that power on you. So I like that you can do 2 terms here of 4 years each. And that's it. I like this democracy. And I don't get into any arguments with any of these young people or older people. My dad is a MAGA Trump supporter. But honestly, my dad is just like Trump. Maybe one of these days I'll do a video. In any case, I never bring up these topics to these people in my family who are MAGA Trump supporters, right? Because most of them are misogynistic. They're narcissistic. I'm talking about my family members. Or they're, what's it called, the thing when they don't like women? Chauvinistic, right? So I don't bring up anything. But if I tell them, oh, they call me and say, what are you doing? Oh, I'm cutting these fruits right now because I want to make a black cake. And they go, fruits at this time of the year? I'm just giving you a sample conversation. Fruits at this time of the year? Where did you get that from? Oh, I bought it off of Amazon. Oh, it must have been expensive. And I would say, oh my God, yes, fruits are always expensive in the holiday season because these are a different type. These are, what are they called these? These are fruit and peel mixed, sweetened, and I don't remember. They kind of dry them out, but they have some sugar on them, right? And if I say, oh yes, they're expensive, they're always expensive, they're going to start. It's because of the Democrats. That's why it's expensive. It's that shrinkflation. They're giving you less things for more, what, charging you money for less items, yada, yada, yada. Oh God, just shut up. Just shut up. You know, I don't call you and tell you nothing. You know, so just leave me alone and don't call me and tell me stuff. I've been, guys, you have to know, I've been raging since yesterday. Today is Monday that I'm recording this. And I've been raging because there's some things that came down the pike that really, really take me off. And it's not about politics. Honestly, this is a topic I wanted to talk about. And I'm not really talking politics per se. I'm talking about people that don't understand dictators and dictatorships. You know, when I left Belize, that man was still in power. And it was years later that we got somebody in power from our side of the aisles, from the Democratic side. And I don't think that person lasted more than one. Did they go 2 seasons? Because then they started to have a time limit, right? And I remember when he came to America, I had to go sing the anthem for everything that he did. And man, we were so happy. Finally, we had some representation in government, right? As a leader. And then he got out of office and forever it was the next party again. My grandmother used to say, we win at the voting and lose at the counting. And then our side got in power again. And I think he lasted a long time. He's Shine's dad, the rapper Shine. And now Shine is the one trying to get into power. And Patrick, who came to my home on the cooking page, you can see him. He was leader of the opposition for a while, and he would have been prime minister if our party won. But now Shine's the leader of the party. It's a different electoral system in Belize than here. It's more the British kind of way there than what we have here in America. But I still feel like the Electoral College is old and outdated and needs to go away. I don't know that they'll ever get rid of it because Republicans know that if we get rid of the Electoral College, they will never win another election because it'll go by the popular vote, and they know that they've never been popular since 1901. Okay, so I'm just gonna pray for my young people that they wise up, that, you know, Trump getting in will mean he'll stay in power forever, And then when he's done, his stupid sons will take over, his dumb wife, everybody will take over, and America will never be the same again. All right? This is not even Chicken Little hollering, the sky's falling, the sky's falling. This is legit. Okay? So I would say to my young folks, go read up about dictators and see what they're all about. See how long they last in power, and see if that's what you really want for your future. Because I'm already old. I intend to live to be 100, so that's a long time left for me. But you guys are young. You're in your 20s and your 30s, and if you live to be 100, like I'm gonna live to be 100, that's gonna be a long time to be ruled under a dictator. It's not gonna be so sweet when they take away your internet and tell you that you can't post the stuff you're posting on the internet right now freely, bashing the president, bashing everybody else, bashing the governor. You're not going to be able to do that, dude. All right? Girl, you're not going to be able to do that. And then also, when like the Elon Musks of the world, right? They think they got $1 bajillion, and then watch Trump get in and tell Elon Musk, give me your money. Give me all your money. You can't say ish because I have all the money. Watch the extreme court, how they disappear. Because they think they're caping for him right now. When he gets in office, he will get rid of all of them because he doesn't want anybody to hold him to task. You know what I mean? So all these rich people going to end up, what's the guy out from Facebook? Zuckerberg. What's the one from Amazon, Joe? Bezos. They're all going to lose their bajillions if he gets in. And I say if because I believe in my heart he's never going to get in again. Never going to get in office again. He cheated the first time. He didn't win the second time, and he hasn't won anything ever since. I mean, if you're going by the past for you to reference what's going to happen, when they say past is a good indicator of the future, he's never going to win. But I'm saying these younger kids, wise up. Go read about dictators and dictatorship.
I would think the younger kids would be more wiser. But like you said, they don't read or nothing. They just take whatever they give them.
Yeah, they believe anything because I remember one person told me, we were better on the Trump. I said, what? Are you for real? Because I know you're smart. This person's not dumb that told me that. They're very smart. Are you for real? Well, how were we better? And she goes, well, we had more food. And I said, that's because there was a pandemic and they were giving us a lot of money for food stamps. Girl, the pandemic is over, so they're not giving out that stuff anymore. But there's a lot of jobs available right now. You can get any job you want. If you're on a job that you hate right now, you can leave that job and get a job tomorrow. Honestly, Jada had 2 friends that lost their jobs. They weren't even out of a job at night. They were in a job. One was out of a job 5 days. The other one was out of a job overnight. They were right back in a better job, better paying, better benefits, better everything. So that's what you need. If you're lazy, then you're not going to make it. But if you want to work, there's jobs out there, you know. Thank you, President Biden, because honestly, he's the one that pulled this ship around and got us out the pandemic, got us all those vaccines. I mean, the vaccines were in the making when Trump was in. We're not going to take that away. The scientists were already making the vaccine, but they weren't rolling it out yet, right? Am I wrong? I'm right? Because Biden got in 2020. Just saying. Inflation is staved off pretty much. You know, they're talking about that guy from Hungary. What's his name? Viktor Orban. He came to meet with Trump and endorsed Trump. How the hell can these outsiders be endorsing anybody over here, right? So go to Hungary if you like that so much. Go so you don't have no internet, no TV, and inflation is sky high and you don't got ish to eat. Go over there. Go over there and let that man just keep you under control. That man is doing everything. He learned how to get rid of the Supreme Court over there. Yeah, he did.
Okay,
so he's going to be in power forever.
That's what Trump want to do.
Yeah, Trump want to learn how to do this. But girl, the Lord said if one voice is heard. I know they say when 2 and 3 or more are gathered in his name, but I hear that song from that little boy. One voice.
I can't understand how people live under those conditions and they know better and they don't do nothing about it.
And some people like Navalny died trying to do something about Putin. You know, died trying to do something about Putin, gave his life. They said he's going to be bigger in death than in life, Joe. And his beautiful wife took over. My God.
What I'm saying, the people could stop this if they want to stop it. Some of them going to get hurt, which is true. Don't get me wrong. Somebody says some of us ain't going to make it to the promised land, but the rest will make it.
Joe always tells me, like, back in the slavery days, right? And they had slavery in Belize too, but long before our time, we didn't even know nothing about it, to be honest with you. But Joe said back in slavery days, he would have died young.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me why, babe.
Because
I'm cutting my fruits.
Me, I was going to get even with the master. Don't worry about that.
He said they might kill me afterwards, but he gonna be gone too. It's like, oh my goodness. So
Nobody whip you, do all kind of, oh no, but might as well die.
And losers like Marjorie Taylor Greene, I can't wait for their time to be done out of office, because she's a loser. When she couldn't get her committees that she wanted to be on, she just started to be a disruptor. And that woman is so ugly. The woman looks like an animal trying to transform to a human. She's such an ugly, nasty. I feel like she stinks. I feel like even her breath stinks.
Look at her skin. It look rough and.
It looked like tengray. Belize people would say it looked like tengray. You know what a tengray is? It's a stingray. That's what her skin looks like. I can't stand her. And she talked about Biden was afraid of me when he walked in. No, Biden was clowning your ass. Biden was like, Biden looked at her like when your kid put on a scary costume for a Halloween and you act like you're afraid of them. That's what he was doing.
Why would Biden be afraid of her? For what?
Such a clown. And I'm glad when Biden lashed the Supreme Court, because they know what they're doing. You know, this Clarence Thomas never did it, right?
I know.
He made sure he didn't come because he know what him and his wife is doing. I'm saying. So anyways, guys, I don't want this to get too long. Comment below if you agree. If you don't agree, then I know you're one of them that's going to vote for Trump, and I pray to God that you change your mind. I have grown old people in my family, 80-something years old, that are like, Trump, Trump, Trump. I'm like...
I ever seen this young kid interview some of these mega people, and they say Obama is running the country from his basement. So they asked him, say, not Joe Biden? No, I said, no, it's Obama.
But then, okay.
He said Joe Biden died already. That's just off.
Okay, so I have a question. So then how come they said Trump is in power? They said Trump didn't lose. So how come it's Obama running it if Trump didn't lose?
Some of them say that too.
And they come with this stupid clone bullcrap. There's a grown person in my life that's talking about that clone bullcrap, and I'm like, what is wrong with you? You're old. You're almost 90 years old. Why are you talking this foolishness? You know better.
Biden is a clone. Biden already died.
Well, I see a feisty clone up there the other day, right? Lashing them, mollywopping them with a sack of marbles or stones. Boom, boom.
I just can't understand how people don't even got common sense to see, to know right from wrong. Come on, folks. I'm a Democrat, but if my Democrat were the Republican, I vote for the Republican, honestly. And
I'm so proud of some people who have said that the Haley voters, they said if it's not Haley and it's Trump and Biden, I'm going to vote for Biden.
That's the way I look at it.
That's what they said, and that's what I would have done.
Yeah.
If Trump was on the Democratic side, I would have voted for the Republican. Even though I don't align with none of their views, I would have voted for the Republican. And I feel like we'll have a day when Roe v. Wade is going to be law of the land again. Because Paris already did it. Yay, Paris! Yay for Paris. They're smart. They're smarter than us. And the reason that I want Roe v. Wade to be, law of the land, is because I suffered a miscarriage before I had Jada, and they had me bleed out for 5 days before they gave me the DNC. That baby had to fall out into the toilet. Sorry to be gross.
If you look at the people that's pushing that, there's a lot of old folks that are ready to heal over anything.
And a lot of them have already had abortions.
Yeah. It must have about 50 of them.
But no, they want to judge you. Beware of any old person who all of a sudden come out of nowhere and start to beat you with the Bible because you don't know what they did in their youth, okay?
I know a lot of them like that.
Joe, on a totally unrelated topic, I saw a YouTuber that I watch now and again. She's only been married 5 years, and she's always trying to give marriage advice on how to keep your marriage spicy and all this foolishness. And you know who I'm talking about. They do a lot of shenanigans. And she says people are always trying to give her marriage advice to viewers. And she says, why should I take marriage advice from you people who are not married, you people who are not happily married, you this, you that. And I wanted to put so bad on the pigeon, why should we take advice from you? You only been married 5 years and you still don't know what the hell marriage is about, because we see all her insecurities with her husband. The husband did a joke one time where he pretended he had the kids tell her he was talking to some chick out there, and she was almost near tears. And it was no acting. She was legit. I'm like, girl, you don't trust him? None of my kids could have come and told me Daddy was talking to some woman out there, because then I know it's nothing dirty that he's talking to the woman. You know what I mean? So anyways, so my rule of thumb is nobody can give me advice if they are not married longer than I am. And I've been married 37 years, so nobody I remember when I was married 5 years and a girl who just got married 3 months trying to give me advice. Remember, she said, you're supposed to draw bath water for your husband so when he comes home. I'm like, girl, shut up. You've been married 3 months. She didn't even last 5 years.
You don't give me one yet. What's going on?
Please, bath water. You see me got things to do when you come in? Child, you look, you find food.
Where you will find that?
No, when you first married. I always cooked.
But now, she says you get too old.
Blame the show. Blame the show. No, it's not old. Blame the show. The show burned me out of cooking. I hate cooking now because of this stupid show. Anyways, guys, like the video if you like what I said. If you say something different and you're rude about it, you'll be blocked because I don't care. This channel's not monetized anyways. And subscribe to the channel if you want to. And what else, Joe? That's it? Give it a thumbs up.
That's right.
I'll see you guys in the next video.
Bye-bye, people.
Au revoir.